My name is Jalen Hill, and for my topic today, I decided to do my informative speech on exoplanets. So, what are exoplanets? So, in a pitch black void, there is no end to the infinite stretch that we call space, and with that, neither are the possibilities. From planets that tower over the biggest one in our solar system, Jupiter, to planets of diamond, raining molten iron, and planets scientists and researchers can't explain the existence of, I give you exoplanets. So, who cares? Planets have never been interesting to me, and that wasn't until I came across a class categorized as exoplanets, or alien-like planets is another term commonly used. Though this information that can't be applied to you, in everyday life, help you with final exams, the astonishing creativity these planets hold, is definitely worth giving your ears for. So what is an exoplanet? An exoplanet is any planet that orbits a star outside our solar system. Given that there are rogue planets that don't have a star they orbit around, they're still considered exoplanets. So, the importance of exoplanets. The importance of informing you on exoplanets results and understanding how diverse the endless depths of space can really get and the possibility it holds that researchers could never have imagined. Help provide insight on new understanding of the void we call space, as well as prove that anything in space, no matter how controversial, has the potential to exist. My favorite alien planets. The list of planets that I will be going over are listed right here. So, without naming all of them, I'll name a couple of my favorite ones, like 55 Cancri E, HD 1897 33B, and TRES 2B. The Diamond Planet, this one is the one I started off with, 55 Cancri E. One third of this planet's mass is made completely of diamond. The planet's mass is 8 times greater than Earth and twice the size. If given this planet a value, which I found really interesting, it would be 26 non-nillion dollars, which is a 26 followed by 30 zeros. This planet has a temperature peaking of 4,417 degrees Fahrenheit, composed mainly of carbon with a strong gravitational pull. This planet compacts the carbon so tightly it actually forms diamonds around the crust right below its surface. Gliese 436b is the next planet I chose to go with, which is the forever melting ice, and you'll see here why. So, a planet that is engulfed in flame, where the atmosphere is so hot because it's so close to the sun, it's compared to lava. This planet still manages to keep its ice-like material around its core solid, which is surprising considering how hot it gets. The planet is 980 degrees Fahrenheit. Water evaporates at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what makes this planet so controversial and just really interesting overall. So with the heat and the gas this planet has, it should have a large amount of methane, which is associated with heat and flames. It's short about 7,000 times less than by law it really should have, which really confuses, researchers and scientists to this day. The ice-like substance known around its crust was given a term called Ice X. It's held so tightly in by the gravitational pull of this planet, similar to the diamond planet Cancri E 55, that this planet, the ice or the water like ice substance on this planet, is held in so tightly by the gravitational pull that no matter how hot the planet get, or not how hot, but unless the planet gets even hotter, then the ice will just never melt and it will continue to surround its core while the outside is completely on fire. TRES 4b is the counterpart. Contradicts the size of what we consider a planet. Pretty much, this planet is so big that it shouldn't be considered a planet by our own definition of what a planet is. So it's the largest known planet that we've discovered so far. It was discovered in 2007. Still the biggest one we've discovered. It researchers still can't explain its size, which is pretty interesting. So here we have Jupiter compared to Earth, okay, and then you have Jupiter compared to TRES 4b. Jupiter is known as the largest planet in our solar system, and it's pretty much known for its size. So with the existence of TRES 4b, it's kind of laughable. Um, It is being reconsidered from a planet to a brown dwarf, and a brown dwarf being a planet that is too big to be considered a planet, yet too small to be considered a star. Its mass, though, is only 0.78 times that of Jupiter. HR 5183b is packing what TRES 2b was lacking. So I like this planet a lot because this planet, though not bigger than TRES 2b was only 0.78 times the mass of Jupiter, while this planet, not being over twice the size of Jupiter, is over triple the mass Jupiter holds. So discovered in 2019, this planet is primarily composed of gases. It orbits normally, and then when halfway through its orbit, it actually slingshots around during its orbit to bring the space between its star and itself to reduce the heat. HD 189733, Reigns of Terror. This is one of my favorite planets. Discovered in 2013, this planet remains one of the most ferocious planets ever, has high traces of alkali metal silicate, winds up to 5,400 miles per hour, temperatures hitting 1,700 degrees on the sunny side, and silicate melting point is at 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. So this planet is the interesting one where it has traces of alkali metal silicate and winds of 5,400 miles per hour. The issue is with this planet is alkali metal silicate. Its melting point is 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. So combined with the winds and the temperature, it's actually a spinning vortex of rains of iron molten. TRES 2b is known as the darkest planet. This is one of the rare planets that we've discovered that we still haven't found one, more exotic than it. Discovered in 2011, this planet is the darkest one we've come upon so far. It absorbs 99% of light. It's also known as the coal planet. Though being 3.1 million miles away from its star seems like a lot, but for a planet to a star, it's actually really close by. This planet only reflects 1% of its light. This planet is so hot it emits a dark, eerie glow right beneath its surface. Though made up of vaporized sodium, potassium, and titanium oxide, which are all light absorbing materials and chemicals, we still can't explain why it's so dark, because even with the amount hosted on the planet, the darkness of this planet is just unfathomable and unexplainable. Its atmosphere on that planet being so hot, similar to the past planet, is actually comparable to that of lava. Kepler 51b and Kepler 51d are also some of my favorite planets. They're known as fluffy titans. Rare planets known as superpuffs. So these planets they're fairly big for their size. 2 times greater than Earth, but these planets are 10 times larger. These planets are mainly bloated. They're I like to see them as space beach balls. They're really big, really, but really light. So at the University of Colorado, one of the scientists there actually compares them to a package of cotton candy. So us holding a package of cotton candy is similar to what these planets are in space. And then finally, Kepler 452b, Earth's cousin. This planet was discovered in 2015, and it's the only planet, not the only planet, but one of the few that have super similarities to Earth. Unlike. So 20% brighter, because it is a bit closer to its home star, but its star is very similar to our own, which is a G2. It has an orbit of 385 days, while ours is only 365 days. So that is a 5% increase of the year. It's considered to be a habitable zone, meaning it's potentially an option for Earth 2.0. Its temperatures reach 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Its gravity is 1.6 times greater, and it has a rocky landscape, but the ability to hold water. So, in conclusion, by sharing the studied information of these divergent planets, more are discovered each year, stunning astronomers each time. Though these alien-like planets, by our laws, a lot of them should not be able to do exist, they have been, we keep discovering them, and there's probably more that we still have not discovered that have been around for billions to millions of years. And in the vast depth of space, it proves that anything is truly possible.